All right, now we'll put the switches back on right ascension. And I had left these nuts in the original holes here, so we'll take those out. And we'll go ahead and put a nut in the hole that is round. And we'll get that in there. Make sure you don't cross thread. Okay. And we will loosen clutches. Make sure we have, this is the home switch, the top one. Whoop. Limit switch. As long as you hear a click, you can put a voltmeter, ohm meter on here to verify that the switch is closed and opened. I usually just go for the click. So limit switch is the bottom one. Home switch is the top one. Alright, so let's get the other bolts in here. Again, make sure you don't cross thread it. Working in aluminum can be a little fragile. So we still got our click on home. We got our click on limit. So we're good to go. I did notice that watch that the switch wires, if they're open soldered, or you could put some heat shrink on it, don't contact the metal frame. You wouldn't want any chance of a false positive on limit or home. Could cause a crash. So testing these with the ohm meter would probably be a good idea to find out if they're open or closed once you got this final assembly. Never hurts to double and triple check. Measure twice, cut once. Okay, I'm happy with the switches. So that's RA. Okay, so we will start to connect the wiring up in the PCB, and we are going to pass through this wire harness and into the space where the PCB used to be. Use this 2mm wrench and oops. We'll start the bolt threaded into the insert on that wiring block. There we go. Have that nice and secure and all the way in. Now the PCB just goes in on these standoffs that we inserted a little earlier. Now this is RA, so the main wiring harness coming in from the cable block goes into this plug. The motor JST wire goes into this plug. And now our declination and limit get wired up. You can always find out which is which. So the top one is home. This is the wiring for the top. So we'll plug this into home. And there's markings on the PCB, that's how I know that's home. And then the bottom one will be limit. So now that we'll add a cable tie, zip tie. Push it down and use a screwdriver to pull it up. And get your wiring kind of tucked in here. You want to keep your wiring away from the belt and pulleys. So that's the main job of this zip tie, is to hold back the cables around the belt. Okay. And get a pair of side cuts. Cut that off. And tuck these wires in so they're a bit out of the way. And we are done. So that was right ascension. And we'll start working on declination now.